dudes in a cup, take one.
2 dudes eating food.
That was two guys eating food.
2 dudes.
Two dudes in the cup. 2 dudes.
2 dudes eating food. Okay. I'm Grizz, of course.
I'm Joe.
I'm A-Man. And where'd we go tonight, Big Joe?
To Nancy's Pizza.
Now let me tell you, folks, you get a chance, you're out on the west side, and you want pizza, ain't no better. Ain't no better with cheddar. And this man tonight finally got to try it. And now what we get, Joe?
Well, we got 2 appetizers. We ordered a stuffed crust.
Stuffed deep dish.
Stuffed deep dish sausage pizza. And we finished off with cannolis.
Yep.
So we'll break down each
our opinions.
Entree, main, and then dessert.
But starting out was the cheesy garlic bread. We got the garlic bread and we had them add cheese. Because if you're going to have garlic bread, you might as well go balls out and get cheese on it.
Their cheese game
was on point.
Yeah, it's a pretty phenomenal cheese game. I've never seen any place as cheesy as Nancy's.
Now, what's your rating for their cheesy garlic bread?
Cheesy garlic bread's 10.
Me, that cheesy garlic bread, the oils in the garlic sauce and the garlic that was in the bread and the cheese was just melty. I gave it my highest praise. It had an HDF, which was hot. Now,
then we went on to the mozzarella sticks.
Now,
and again, the pull on those mozzarella sticks.
You can see me go all the way like this, like. But the breading, unfortunately.
Okay, but what was your opinion before? Because here's the thing, okay? Because before I started dissecting the cheese stick, or mozzarella stick, you're all about that mozzarella stick.
That mozzarella stick was good. I liked it. But when I got it, it was like, okay, the breading is soft. But okay, I'll take a bite. So I gave it high praise. But after sitting there and thinking about it, it's like, I would have preferred that crunch, A good mozzarella stick has that crunch as well as a good cheese game. So for me, it gets a yuck, which is about middle of the road, a little higher.
Well, my thing is, unfortunately, you could tell that those came out of a freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
and they baked them.
That's the first thing I said was when I got a hold of it, and I was like, all right, it's not crispy, which I think mozzarella sticks
should be crispy.
Yeah. Like I said, cheese game, you did right. Cheese game won't knock you for that. But man, it wasn't seasoned either, man.
For me, I tasted some type of seasoning.
There wasn't.
Maybe it was my imagination. It could be. Very well could be.
I don't think. I think it's because you kept dipping it into the marinara sauce.
Possibly, and it was coating my mouth with the marinara, so I was tasting that
later on. But yeah, man. But I don't know. For me, cheese gives it a 10. But as far as taste, and as far as the fact that you could definitely tell that came from a freezer, it wasn't made fresh, I have to give it a 7.
With the pizza. Oh my God, their pizza game again.
Yeah, the pizza is really filling. Only 2 slices.
All you can do is eat about 2 slices, and we got a large. Yeah. And trust me, a large will feed at least a group of 4 people. And you should be sitting there totally full and satisfied. A medium would probably fill 2 grown men and a wife or a child. We're not exactly svelte over here, my friend. We know this.
My complaint, though, to me, the marinara sauce was extremely acidy. It was pretty bad.
I love it. I love how it bites you. That sauce bites right into you, and you cannot help but take note of the taste of the sauce. It hits you in the mouth like Mike Tyson coming in, and that sauce knocks you around, and you're like, oh, your taste buds are like, oh, we waving the white flag, like, yep, we give up, you win. It's that good.
How was your sausage game?
Sausage game? It was about normal for what I've noticed for Nancy's. It wasn't like pounding in sausage in every single pocket. They were like little hidden gems, that pleasant little...
They were mostly towards the end.
Mostly, yeah, towards the middle and end. You don't really get it right dead center, but that could have been just the slices that we were getting.
Maybe, because like the slices I got, there was very little sausage.
Now, when I did get sausage, it was like sausage meatballs.
I didn't even get that big. I think the biggest one I got was like that big.
Mine were at least like sausage balls, like boom. Next time when I go there, I'm gonna ask them to put in extra sausage and see how they do. Like if I get 3 or 4 more pieces of sausage, or if that sucker's like
loaded with sausage.
Here you go, and they just hand you a thing, just total one entire layer is nothing but sausage.
So what would be your
the pizza?
The pizza.
HDF. Seriously.
I'm gonna have to give it an 8.
That's still a pretty good rate.
It is, and it's not. It's like it's only because
it's not a 5.
Oh no. But I mean, and it's only because of the fact that I think there was too much. Like I said, there was too much acid, and it got to the point where it was just a little too overpowering, and it just there wasn't enough balance in the pizza to counteract the acid and the crust. Again, I didn't even eat the crust of the second slice. So it just
wasn't appealing.
It just wasn't. Yeah, it just wasn't there.
Okay. And then we got to dessert.
So again, you took a couple bites. You were digging it at first.
When I first took those bites, it was like, okay. And it was like very chocolatey, chippy. I was getting a lot of that.
Yeah, that's something I'll say too. Like the cottage cheese and chocolate chip balance wasn't very good, I don't think.
Like that first bite was mostly chocolate chip and little ricotta cheese.
Yeah.
And then after that, it started dwindling down to nothing but like 1 or 2 pieces of chocolate chip and a lot of ricotta cheese. That crust. Just when I broke a piece off of it, off the cannoli, and the crust by itself was like one of those vanilla wafers that your grandmother has and you ask her not to give to you, but that's the only cookie she has in the house, so you have no choice, and you dip it in milk, and you take a bite, and you're like, my God, this tastes like cardboard.
So when I first took my bite, first I was thinking, okay, and we've never had cannolis before, so maybe this is how it's supposed to taste.
Maybe.
So again, we don't want to offend anybody, But when I held it, I was thinking, okay, cool, this is gonna have a nice crisp to it because this was.
And it did have a nice crisp.
See, mine did not.
Mine had a crunch. Mine had a very good, solid crunch.
And again, maybe this is how they're supposed to be. Mine tasted kind of stale. And then I took the bite, and I was just like, this is not very good. The ricotta cheese and the chocolate chips to me did not blend well at all. And then I found out, and I was like, what is that iron taste that I'm tasting? I took a piece of the crust by itself and just put it on the ricotta cheese, and man, it tasted better. I was like, oh my gosh, that was amazing. That was really good. I dipped my finger into the powdered sugar, and that's where I got that nasty ironess, like iron.
That was not powdered sugar. This doesn't taste like powdered sugar. This literally tastes like flour.
Yeah, I don't think it tastes like flour.
To me, it was a no taste. It was like...
Oh, there was a taste. It just wasn't very good. Because I don't know. It just did not.
No.
Like, and the sad thing was,
it was awful.
I bought the cannoli to cleanse the palate
of all the acid
the
from
acid.
The marinara on the pizza.
And then that powdered sugar or whatever, that would just ruined it for me.
That cannoli, and this may be the first time you may hear this, I don't know. That cannoli, get a knob.
Which is what, the lowest?
The lowest you could possibly get on Ray Rating's system. I will never eat another cannoli there unless they step up their game. Nancy's, you're on your game. But you can step it up just a little. and take those cannolis and throw them outside the back door. Shame on you, cannoli maker. From Big Grizz, The Grizz, and Big Joe. This is two dudes eating food saying, we're full.
No joke. And like seriously, 2 slices, you'll be done.
Yep. Have a great night.